12 years ago, I had a bike accident and broke both of my arms. I do not recommend it. I couldn't do anything for myself, not even the smallest task like brush my hair or my teeth or eat a blueberry. But I am an A-type personality. Or any of you? Okay, you get me. Because I had to do stuff. Even though these didn't work, these worked, so I walked. I walked everywhere. And when I did that, I was drawn to parks. I think they're the green soul of the city. So Chicago, Millennium Park, Central Park, New York, even Hyde Park, London, you put your sneakers on, you go there like they're a compass. And the High Line, has anybody been to the High Line in New York? Did we like it? It's amazing, right? It was a rail that was going to be torn down and turned into a park. And what happened is, on my walks, I ended up below Metro Rail one day, and it kind of looked like that about 12 years ago. Doesn't feel safe. You know, maybe there's no lighting, there's no water, no infrastructure, but I saw opportunity. And I thought, why don't we turn this dead space below Metro Rail into a park, all the way from Brickell to Dadeland? So fast forward to today, the Underline is the fastest moving project of its scope in the country. And I called it my crazy... Actually, I just learned that I'm the lone nut. So I called it my crazy idea. And I have some of my family here, and they were part of this conversation because I said, hey, I had this crazy idea. Let's turn all this land below Metro Rail into a park and a trail. And you know, people were, that's not crazy. That's really a good idea. And you know, with all that positive noise, I said, you know what? I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a marketer, and usually it's like 1 out of 10 people say it's a good idea when 90% of the people, so I went for it, and that is the Underline. So I thought I was really building a project, which we were, and I'm gonna start saying we, but we were actually starting a movement. People, citizens, who could say, this is how I wanna live in my city, and I wanna be part of that story. And so people ask me a lot of the times, what's the first thing you did? And I'm going to take you through sort of steps to get your movement going. The first thing is you need vision. And the vision is that roadmap from A to Z. It's also how people can dream with you and how they can share your journey. The second is you got to solve some problems. And we have our unique problems in Miami. We're one of the most dangerous places to walk and bike in the United States. We're also hot. We don't have enough trees, and we flood. But we love it here, right? and we really focused on solving the transportation piece of people being able to walk and bike safely and connect to transit. I think I told you I'm an A-type personality, so asking for help was so hard. But again, this is not a project of one, it's a project of many. And this is a studio class at the University of Miami School of Architecture. And each of these students was tasked with take a mile of the 10-mile Underline and put yourself into it and help this vision come to life. I also we had help from Miami-Dade College. We've also had help with FIU, so you students out there, when these projects come to you, they're great opportunities for learning and to help. Big ideas come forward. But ultimately, you have to get help. And we hired one of the best design teams in the world, incidentally, the visionaries behind the High Line in New York, and all of that was paid for with private dollars. And then people would say, hey, Meg, you gotta talk to this person, that person, you gotta talk to Miami-Dade County. And I'm like, they have 30,000 employees, how do I do that, right? No, go through that door. These people will help you. So this is asking for help. People really do wanna help. Focus. When you get up in the morning, you put your shoes on, get a fire in your belly, and you go through your day to get that work done. And it's so important because when you have a big idea, people say, oh, it needs to go here, and it needs to go there, and it needs to get bigger, and it needs to get smaller. And that's why you need that vision. I've talked a lot, but you really need to listen. Because if you're not listening, you're designing for you and not for your community or your users and the people who will be using your project. Find your people. This is a $150 million project. And believe it or not, it's kind of lonely. But what happens is, if you have vision and you ask for help and you listen, your people will find you. And in my case, it was people who like to bike, or they like to walk, or they wanted to walk their dog in shade, or they wanted their kids to ride their bikes to school, or they wanted to run. Or it could be an elected official who said, you know what, this is a really cool idea, I want to help you and help fund it. Or it could just be one of you who said, I want to participate in this vision, in this transformational project. Don't do it for the money. I have been a volunteer for 12 years, and I am deeply rich by this project. And I've gotten to know all those people who've helped us lead bike rides, who've helped us with, like the Idea Center here, like those students at University of Miami. They're all my friends because we volunteered together. But ultimately, you're going to have to get money. This is our sneaker ball. Just this year, it was our first gala. We raised $500,000. First time out of the gate. Thank you. We have an amazing team who made it happen. And in our case, we raised $150 million from federal, state, county, and municipal sources, as well as philanthropy. I see my friend Vanya down there. I told her, great organizations like Bank of America have stepped up, so it's corporate, it's private. But ultimately, asking for money you think is hard, right? There's no science. The more of it you do, the more you're going to get. And you're going to have to learn how to be really comfortable with being uncomfortable. And the hardest ask is going to your dad or your cousin or someone you know. But you know what? A lot of them want to help you. So ask them for help, and then the money will follow. So where are we now? This 10-mile project, we have 3 miles constructed. We have 2 million visitors a year. At full build-out, we expect 10 million guests a year, 250 free programs. Has anybody been to our yoga, Zumba, Cinderfit, gardening days? Thank you. This was family day. And you know what? When I see this picture, I see joy. And that is really what the underline is all about. You are the movement. If I can do it, you can do it. But what I haven't really talked about is the work. So I talked about putting your boots on in the morning, fire in your belly, walk out the door with focus, and set the world on fire. Because this community needs you. Thank you.